This man never eats peaches. Every day he gathers peach fuzz in his pen cap. Then, whenever he walks by the butler chugging, he can gently shake the pen cap and discreetly sprinkle the peach fuzz on the butler. As a result, chugging, the butler's coughing non-stop because of an allergy and ultimately needs to go to the hospital to see a doctor. Unbeknownst to the housekeeper, chugging, she had already entered into the boy's dad then sneaks into the hospital and silently snaps a picture of the butler chugging and intentionally reveals this to the lady of the house, claiming that the butler has contracted a severe case of tuberculosis. Chugging, the lady of the house seems a bit skeptical. The father takes the chance to text his daughter, chugging, letting her know that the lady of the house will be home in 3 minutes. As soon as she sees this, the daughter, who works as a tutor, chugging, immediately comprehends the situation and pulls out a pre-packed peach from her backpack, chugging, and sprinkles the peach fuzz on the butler, who is back at work again. When the lady of the house gets home, chugging, she just happens to spot the butler coughing uncontrollably, but the family's plans don't end there. Watching the butler hurry into the bathroom right away, chugging, the father seizes the chance to squirt some tomato sauce on the paper that the butler discarded. When the lady of the house comes over, chugging, she notices the tissue soaked in tomato sauce. The family's plan has been successfully executed. Chugging, the lady of the house is convinced that the butler has tuberculosis. She immediately terminated the contract with him. A few days later, the father, chugging, who works as a driver, once again recommended a new butler to the lady of the house. And this new butler happens to be his wife. In this way, chugging, the entire family resorts to underhanded tactics. They all become servants in the wealthy man's home and lead a life similar to that of parasites. However, chugging, they are not content with this existence. The following day, the affluent family sets off for a camping trip. The entire family actually moves into the mansion, chugging, and they not only use the owner's bathtub for their baths, but also love to tumble around on the big bed for hours. Chugging, they even polished off all the food in the fridge and the expensive, well-known wines. It feels like this is truly their home. However, chugging, just as the family continues to chat happily, the doorbell unexpectedly rings. Chugging, it turns out that the butler who was sent away a few days ago has returned to the door. Chugging, she mentioned that she forgot to grab something when she left in such a rush, especially after noticing the butler's sad expression. Chugging, the mother doesn't give it much thought and opens the door for her. Little does she realize that this simple action will lead them into a deep abyss. Chugging, little did she know that this would cause her family to regret it for the rest of their lives. Chugging, the nanny went in the basement and didn't come out for half an hour. The mother quickly followed her down. However, when she caught sight of the nanny, chugging, she stumbled upon a shocking scene. She discovered that the nanny had been hiding her husband in the basement. Chugging, it turned out that he had committed a murder 10 years prior. So the nanny had been keeping him hidden in the basement for 10 years. Chugging, when the mother found out about this, she got ready to call the police right away. The nanny had no option but to kneel down and plead for mercy.